Good morning mga kababayan. This is Vicky and I am vlogging regarding my 10-day quarantine in the Philippines, and I'm in Alabang at B Hotel, and on the floor where I am, all of us, I think a lot of us are on this floor. Nagka-quarantine. So, I have to mention the story of what happened first, because this has been like very stressful to me. Well, some of them are my fault too. So, I know you're taking notes, and I hope you're taking notes. So it will be less stressful than what happened to me. So in the first place, I was scheduled to, my original flight from United Airlines was scheduled next week. But a week before, may tumawag na representative na sabi sa akin, cancel na yung flight ko kasi nililimit lang daw ng government ang inbound passengers, which I know it's true, but it's just the first week. So parang siguro they just give that the reason para either, but they allow me to refund or book next month, which is I don't think I can do it kasi nga syempre nakaschedule ka na lahat. And then so pumayag na lang ako kuno na magpa-schedule. Sige, ang earliest niya is the end of the month, literally parang 30th of July. So then, kakagising ko lang nun. Tapos yung nagkaroon ako realization na, no, I have to find another flight. So, ang hirap. There was no, mahal naman lahat ng flights. I tried other airlines. So, finally, I found on the site ng United, meron pala. May actually available flights, although karamihan mahal. And then, I found something na I had to add 100 something more, which is fine kasi medyo mura naman nakuha kong yung ko na yun na flight na yun. So tumawag ko ulit, and by the way, you have to be patient because in the US it takes like an hour. You are on hold for an hour bago ka makareach ng representative. But I'm happy kasi Filipino yung nakausap ko, and she was so nice enough. And it helps that you know the information too, na you help her find the right flight, kasi sometimes they also help you search for the right flight, pero mas maganda alam mo na, so para mabilis na yung info. So nabook niya ako, na confirm, and that was like 3 days before, 3 or 4 days before the actual flight. So, my stopover was in Hawaii. And in Hawaii, kailangan pa mag-quarantine or you give a COVID test. And I had to get one because overnight ang layover ko. So, next day, so like 24 hours, next day pa flight ko. So, sinabi sa akin ng hotel na nag-book ko na, you don't need a COVID test. But of course, parang quarantine ka rin, although it's just a day. So, just to be, para lang hindi masayang trip ko, since I haven't been in Hawaii, nag-book ako ng hotel and I got a COVID test. And pati nga na delay, nakaka-nervous kasi hindi ko nakuha kaagad. It was hard to find, it wasn't easy to find a schedule, ang early schedule from where I was, kasi marami nga nagka-travel, which has also COVID test requirement. So, ayun, nakakuha ako. Actually, na-receive ko siya nung while I'm on the airplane. Bumili ako ng Wi-Fi, but it was, I bought it from my rewards or miles, so I didn't spend any cash. So, dumating siya like in the middle of the flight, because the flight from where I was, like New Jersey to Hawaii, is 10 hours. And by the way, since it's a domestic flight, there's no food. They just give some snacks, and there are only like snacks for, if you want more, there are snack boxes for sale, which is kind of mahal. It's not really that feeling. It's not a meal. So anyway, so next day from Hawaii, I had a nice time in Hawaii. Nakabisit ako sa beach, which is nice. And the next day, pagdating ko sa airport, I wasn't aware that I had to register sa Philippine Red Cross at the moment kasi parang I had the conflicting messages from the website of the airline that I had to do it within 3 days. They said I have to do it within 3 days of arrival, pero actually it was 3 days prior to arrival. So, chine-check na nila doon. You have to go, although in United, personal check-in, but if you are going abroad, you have to go to the counter para check nila kung kompleto yung documents. So, parang di naman masayang oras mo. Baka ma-deny ka entry. So, so habang so nung sinabi sa akin ng agent doon sa Honolulu Airport, yeah, so I had to do it online registration, and then of course ang dami mga questions, sometimes I'm not sure what to answer, and then when I was about to pay, it won't accept my foreign address. So they don't accept credit cards from abroad. So, hindi ako nakabayad. And then, it's confusing kasi there are 3 modes of payment there to choose. And I even tried my sister's card. You know, binigay sa akin yung card number niya. Ayaw din tanggapin. Baka, I think it's because iba nga yung name nandoon sa card. So, anyway, may QR code na ako and everything. Tapos pagdating ko sa, and then, and it was an eventful flight from Hawaii to Guam. Guam to Manila, yun, konti lang, like half the plane was full. At least there, it's considered an international flight, so may food, may dinner. Konti lang, pero at least may food. Nakakain na rin ako at last. And, and all that experience, mabait naman, and everybody was really nice and courteous. So when I arrived at the airport, ang first thing sasalubong sa'yo is yung lahat sila naka-PPE. I think, yeah, from DOH, they check your documentations, your passport, because you have to fill up a health form in the plane, and then they check your temperature. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the connecting flight from Guam to Manila was late. So I had to run to the next gate, and it was so far. So kawawa yung mga seniors. Anyway, the seniors have, so if you're a senior, if you're doing those flights, even though malakas ka pa, mag-wheelchair ka na lang. Kasi, especially pag hindi mo alam na ganun. Kasi meron akong nakitang medyo matanda na naglalakad pa naman siya pero mabagal. Anyway, pag hinarang ka agad kami sa gate yung mga walang face shield. So, I didn't realize we have to put the face shield on. I kind of like forgot about it. I knew about it. So, I had to assemble my face shield. So, pero pagdating naman sa inside the plane, hindi naman pala kailangan because the mandated law, so since sa US plane, is just the face mask. So, hindi naman talaga kailangan ang face shield. It's only upon arrival in Manila. So, yeah, and then when I arrived there, there were chairs available to fall in line. Still social distancing, like 4 set of chairs, and 2 lang pwede umupo. So pagdating ko doon, may sumalubong agad there. So I thought he was from the Red Cross. Kasi sabi ko, na-register na ako sa Red Cross. Sabi ko, kailan di ako makabayad, etc. Kinuwento ko. Sabi niya, ma'am, dito ka nalang mag-register. So may QR code na register ako. Akala ko Red Cross, yung pala it's different. It's the Philippine Airport Diagnostic Laboratory that does COVID test, and it's a little cheaper. So it kind of looks like this. And yun lang, matagal ang process kasi there's a counter for hotel verification. So make sure you have a hard copy or a copy on your phone, your reservation. And then, mabilis lang yun kasi tine-check lang nila, and they will ask you if you have transportation arrangement. Kasi otherwise, I think you have to arrange it, and they have to make sure na meron kang, hindi, to the hotel. Hindi pwedeng ka mag-anak susundo sa'yo. And then, lipat ka pa na another person who will verify yung yung for the COVID test. So, COVID test, bayad, and then another window for your schedule. Ayun. Siyempre natagalan lang sa pila, pag-fill up ng form, yung pag-fill up ng yung sa lab, pag-fill up, tas ang daming tanong na parang sa tingin ko unnecessary. It's like, may tanong pa, what room number are you in? Of course, wala ka namang room number pag before check-in. Yung mga certain doon, pero marami pa. So, ang nakita kong mga sundalo nandun was, they were from the Coast Guard and they're really nice. And they will assist you. And one Coast Guard I have to mention is, I don't know his rank, but his last name is Barranco. And he said, nung na-enter ko na naman ang all important information for myself, and then there were just questions. I said, oh, sige ma'am, ako na bahala para matapos na kasi natatagalan ako. I was already so tired. It was late. Our plane arrived like 9 o'clock. Yun. And then I had to wait for like a couple of hours before pa nakalabas ako. So after, with the health requirement, punta ka doon sa customs officer, di ba? To stamp your passport. Yun, madali na lang yun. Parang so quick. Tapos, baba ka na doon sa baba. And doon ka mag-declare ng customs. Unlike before, it's like the paper is, you fill it up in the plane. But ngayon, hindi. Doon ka mag-fill up doon sa harapan. And of course, wala masyadong tao. So, masipag sila mag-inspect ng in-expect pa nila ulit, binuksan pa nila ulit yung aking maleta. Although, it was already inspected in Hawaii. Because Hawaii has a strict also customs procedure. Kasi may sticker na nakalagay naman. Pero siyempre, para lang may magawa. Anyway, chinek nila, which is the first time that happened to me when I traveled back before, unless you have something to declare, they don't really open your luggage. But now, siguro, maybe it's to make sure. And since there were not a lot of passengers coming in late that night. So, bibigyan ka rin pala ng, wala na dito, yung form ng transportation mo na so when you go out, there's also another Coast Guard who get the paper, at pagdating ng transpo mo, he will fill up like the name of the driver, the plate number, etc. just to clear na sigurado nga pupunta nun sa hotel mo at walang iba. Yeah, and that's it. So, I arrived at the hotel and had a nice chat with my driver, and learn about the situation here in the Philippines. And yeah, and that's one thing I would like to say, that most of the people here are really nice. The customer service is one of the best in the Philippines, still the best. And okay, till my next vlog. And if you have any questions in the comments, I will gladly answer. Okay, bye now.